As I introduced before, Kevin Scollins, the vice principal, the vice president of the Denville Pride Volunteer Committee, Donna Farrelly, our secretary, Susan Richter, our treasurer, and myself, Susan Reinhardt. I'd like to start off with Mr. Doug Gable leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Kevin Scollins will do the invitation.
Honorable Mayor Tom Andes, Honorable Robert Simpson, Councilman, Chris Galinsky, Honorable Chris Galinsky, Councilman, and former Councilman Doug Gill. Thank you, God, for bringing us together to honor our volunteers of the year and junior volunteers of the year. Thank you, God, for giving us Susan Reinhardt, President of the Denville Pride Council, and her tireless committee, Donna Farley, Susan Rector, and all the great work they did putting this event together. God bless each of our volunteers and our two precious young junior volunteers of the year. Bless all of today's festivities and the delicious food that was just served by the kitchen and their help. God bless America. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, sir. Our first honoree is being presented by Donna Farrelly, Geraldine Yulin.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming this evening. Jerry Lynn Yulin has been passionate about the outdoors, garden, and garden design for as long as she can remember. In 2019, she earned an associate degree in landscape design and plant management from the County College of Morris. In 2011, she started her own business, Soil and Spade, to provide garden design, installation, and maintenance services. Geraldine began volunteering for the Denville Beautification Committee in 2018, and in 2019 was promoted to garden designer. Among the many projects she has been involved with, she is most proud of the Lakeland Surgical Garden, which is a xeriscape garden located across from Lakeland Surgical on Broadway. The bus stop with its large fountain and native paintings located across from Walgreens, and especially the garden at Denville Cemetery. The town hall garden beds and the beautiful spectacular tulip display. In addition to the gardens, it has been a joy for Jerry Lynn to work with the seasonal planters and decorations on Broadway and Diamond Spring Road. Seeing the happiness they bring to so many is rewarding and a true spirit of the season. Jerry Lynn's volunteering has also allowed her to work with a broad range of public and private organizations in the local community, working in creative and maintain beautiful, sustainable public natural spaces. She has enjoyed working alongside Denville's Department of Public Works, who are also eager to lend a helping hand whenever asked. It would be hard for her not to imagine volunteering in some capacity, especially in ways that connect her to nature and the fantastic community in Denville. For Jerry Lynn, the rewards and benefits far outweigh the hard work. It is my honor and pleasure to introduce you to Jerry Lynn.
Wait. Oh,
one more.
sorry.
I can't see Kevin. He's
Kevin, get in here. We're holding up the truth.
Do you really want a speech? I wrote a little something.
Not that I've learned talking.
Well, I just want to thank everyone for the recognition. It's very kind, and I really appreciate it. I truly do love the work, and Denville is a great town to do it in, and it's a wonderful town that gets a lot of good support from everybody. And DVC would not be what it is, would not be as successful without that kind of support. You know, people like Dave Sipple, Tom Andes, John Egbert, couldn't do it without you guys. And especially our volunteers are fantastic. They're really committed to help Denville bloom. So, thank you.
Our next honoree is Fritz Mott, presented by Doug Gable.
My dear friends, Fritz Mott has been a lifelong friend and a community volunteer for as long as I've known him, and certainly for the past 25 years as a member of the Denville Community TV. Still today, representing Denville Community Media, he is always carrying a video camera in his hand. He has developed that fine art of being able to ride a bicycle with a camera in hand as well. Simply amazing, Fritz. His videos and photographs have documented town events, parades, news, weather, and even some unique events such as the Denville Duck Race and Fire Truck Pull. While achieving a 30-year career with an Emmy award-winning editor for CNBC, Fritz has also produced hundreds of volunteer video projects in his own home. He has done features on the American Legion, Rotary Club, Denville PAL, Scouts, and the Denville Community Church, where he makes a joyful noise as a member of the church handbell choir. Well done. Growing up in the mountains of Colorado, Fritz learned the value of volunteering from his parents. In Boy Scouts, he has received the rank of Eagle Scout and learned many scout and life skills during that time.
Life skill.
He was an avid ski racer, 4-H award winner, and radio disc jockey. Maybe you've heard of him. Fritz with the hits. This is WMTR. He later attended achieved a finance marketing degree at the University of Denver. And with his wife, Kathleen, and kids Brianna and Bryce, he now enjoys the wilds of New Jersey, sailing, skating, wakeboarding, and boating on Indian Lake. In Denville, he frequently is volunteering with the Book Barn and the beautification team, as well as spending time in the Indian Lake community. Some of you may remember that at one time the Motts owned Denville's charitable Kids Swap, the children's consignment store, for more than 10 years. And in addition to his productions with DenvilleCommunityMedia.org, you can now find many of Fritz's fun videos on his YouTube channel, onthefritztv.com. Last year, the Boy Scouts of America recognized Fritz as a Denville Good Scout. Simply said, he lives his life every day by the Scout Oath and Scout Law, being kind, helpful, cheerful, friendly, courteous, are just a few of the attributes that describe my friend. He is always inspired by the great volunteer spirit that is found here in Denville. And I am proud to introduce to you this evening our next award recipient, Mr. Fritz Mott.
Yes.
I don't know.
Thank you, Doug.
Come this way, guys.
Thank you very much. And with that, wait a second. We're not getting away here that easily. There you go. Looks like I got something. All right. Next year. I have to correct one thing. I am not an Eagle Scout. I was a Life Scout, but I grew up in Eagle County, Colorado. But the wonderful Eagle Scouts that are in the audience, including our fine mayor, Chris
Stop throwing
Kalinsky,
things at them now, it's okay.
and the award means so much. Thank you very much. And I know, Doug, you're ready to celebrate your Eagles winning the Super Bowl and the Morris Mills.
Absolutely.
You ready with that?
Well, let's see. We can, yeah. A little.
This was not in the schedule.
I just thought we were the band. But,
Any entertainment for tonight?
let's see if we can.
Fly, Eagles, fly. All right, so you better cut that. We're in mixed company, friends. We're in mixed company.
Sorry. We digress. That's yours.
All right.
Saying the J&T has chant.
Jets.
Go to Jets.
Let's go. Well, and I'd be remiss if I didn't commend Doug on being not just a good scout, but maybe the greatest scout of, or one of the greatest. I'm sorry, Chris. Chris and
Chris, that's too Chris.
we have at least 50 Eagle Scouts in Denville, and it's a wonderful tradition. And scouting, of course, is very important. But Doug, in particular, is our new town crier. Oh yay! Oh yay! Oh yay!
This was not in the script.
You're missing one thing there.
Who's getting recognized here tonight?
We run them up. By the way, that's a Rutgers bell that you're ringing. Being a Penn State guy.
Jim, I need a hook. Where's Jim? I need a hook.
Well, wait a second. There's more. I'm not sure how much more, but we'll see. Anyway, congratulations to all the wonderful volunteers in Denville. And again, being recognized as a good scout last year brings to light every day the Scout motto to do a good turn daily, whatever it might be. This morning I was bringing in my neighbor's garbage cans, so there you go. But that is the thrust and the first good mantra, I guess, of being a volunteer, and especially in Denville, a town that is built on volunteers. And I'd just like to give a quick shout out to Jeff Millington, who couldn't be here. He's in Florida. He's the one who I can blame for all of this. 30 years ago, as a member of Denville Community TV and the Rockridge neighbor, he kind of invited me to start with the Pride organization, which I know he would usually tell you what that stands for.
Plan recommendations for the improvement of Denville's environment.
There you go. All right, yes.
I'm too young to remember that.
So shout out to Jeff and all of the Denville Community TV people. Back in the day, it was Channel 3, and we're 50 years of Denville TV now.
Wow.
And back then, we edited with grease pencils and razor blades, and now we can do it on our phones. So it's total magic. And Ruth here is the wonderful director of Denville Community Television, but many people before us, the Ott family, who have been recognized, of course, and the Millingtons, and Hoff family, and many others that have volunteered, including Dana Foreman and Andrew Kessler, and many others now that we're on DenvilleCommunityMedia.org. So a wonderful job has been done in archiving much of the history of Denville, going back to some of the parades, of course, and duck races, and Little League opening day is coming up, Tom. So Tom always
loves that. And just keeping up with our mayor for half of these activities is a chore in itself. And Tom is an amazing mayor that way. But a quick shout out to my parents who started, they still volunteer at the age of 88. If you're ever in Beaver Creek, Colorado, they're at the Valor Center at the Cook Shack. And they instilled that in myself and my 4 siblings. And we did 4-H and Scouts and milked goats and all sorts of stuff. But my family here now is wonderful and supporting me. And I promise to do more volunteering at home. But, my son Bryce has helped out with many of our shoots and different things, plugging things at the book barn and so forth. And breaking ice for the polar plunge, yes. That was an adventure, for sure. And commendations to Susan, a good scout as well, who has done a wonderful job with Spark and organizing and just really giving a sense of purpose to our community.
Thank you.
Susan. Let's hear it for Susan.
This is great.
I get that back. So anyway, friends and family, and a great thing about volunteering is the people you meet. And it sounds like Sesame Street. But it really is. Denville being Mayberry as it is, the first person, Jeff Milling, to invite me to be a part of a historical society shoot with Dee Dee Blanchard back then. So it's funny, the friends and community that you build just through volunteering, and after a while you find that it's your life in a way. And I'm in like 5 or 6 groups at this point, and not good at any of them, really, especially beautification, but I still believe in faux flowers. It enhances the garden. But right now, just a shout out to PAL sports. The programs in Denville are just wonderful, and now you can see it reflected in the high school teams. And Morris Catholic's undefeated season, of course. Congratulations. And we had a kind of a crisis 10 years ago when the school board put the budget to a second vote, and the extracurriculars were lost to our schools, including the school play and newspaper and sports, and it was the volunteers of Denville who stepped up and raised about $150,000 that summer, with dunk tanks and bake sales and all sorts of stuff. And Denville PAL was nice enough to write the check up front for all of us, and Hub Soccer was involved, and many other community groups came together to save our extracurriculars that year, which I consider a triumph of the volunteers of Denville, really. And it was a little scary there for a while, but they still have the sports teams and the school play and everything else, thanks to that summer. And let's not let that happen again. And in conclusion, I'd like to just acknowledge the book barn as well, where I'm a regular volunteer, because I just basically can pick things up and put things down. But they've given over close to $2 million worth of donations to various communities, like our food bank and different charities around town. And the collaborations recently have been wonderful, collaborating with the beautification, for instance, where we had a bunch of extra crates that we gave them, and then they gave us back some planters, and then we gave you guys some records for your float. So that's a wonderful new trend, I think, in volunteering in Denville, is the collaborations. The barn had a lot of dolls that they gave to Ayers Canoe, and then the Girl Scouts got involved with donating them to the Ukraine, which was really special, and created scout projects and so forth. So the collaborations are awesome, and my son, I remember painting backboards down at Gardner Field. It's a great thing. And the American Legion, Wreaths Across America, every year now is wonderful. It's the 7th year of that. And as a Denville community media producer, I get to witness and be inside the ropes on all of these wonderful things that all of you do. And that's what we hope to capture, when we're... In fact, I had a pun for you, Doug, because Doug's very punny. I think you guys all know that, even though rhyme doesn't pay. But And a dad with a camera is a paparazzi.
Very nice.
That was bad. But anyway, also Denville Community Church, the music. You'll see a few more on Facebook later. But Denville Community Church, they do tolerate me as a bell choir participant, and I am a distant nephew of Anton Dvorak, the Czech composer, and none of that carried on. And the Denville beautification, the hardest working people in Denville. Hats off to Dave, Ken always gets out there planting Denville's official flower, the Kana. And it not only has to be planted, but harvested every year. So when you see those beautiful orange flowers at the intersections, Denville beautification, to thank among the 38 gardens in Denville. It's crazy, and you guys are unbelievable. And well deserved for
beautiful.
DBC, yeah. Finally, yeah. But wait, there's more. All right, are we waiting for Ellen?
No, she's here.
Oh, she's here.
No, sure.
Oh, there she is. Oh, I thought I was. Sorry, Ellen. Ellen, by the way, at the duck race is one of the best videos ever. Her catching ducks in the Rockaway River is amazing. So anyway, thank you and congratulations to everybody. Volunteer life is you. I'm truly honored and humbled. And fly, you go fly.
There we go. All right.
And
We'll sing that outside. We'll sing that outside.
And I'll spare my wife the happy birthday I was going to play.
Come on.
Wait. There we go.
So I'd like to just introduce the Pink Witches. As I said previously, I was hoping that they could just say a thing about the Pink Witches. If you would please come up and do so. Thank you. If that's okay with Ellen. Okay.
All right, well, hey, thanks. Well, I didn't prepare a speech, but all right, well,
I know, you're going to have to hope it.
So I'm assuming pretty much everybody in here has heard of Pink Witches Night Out. We are in our 12th year, but this is our first year as the Kathy Olenowski Foundation. So I know, thanks. Pink Witches Night Out, we raise money each year for a cancer recipient. Last year, we raised about $45,000 for a mom of 4 from Mars Plains. Each year, we try to help out a different family. I didn't really prepare a whole, history of it, but I did think it was cool. This is our first year as a foundation. We formed a 501c3. We're running it fully ourselves. We used to kind of run it through downtown Denville. And again, this is our first year as Kathy Olenowski Foundation, our first award as the Kathy Olenowski Foundation. And I thought it was very fitting. It was here. This is actually where Kathy Olenowski is my mom. John Olenowski, who's back there, is my father. This is actually where they got married. So kind of a cool. We've heard all this things talking about how great Denville is, and obviously we're Denville people from here, born and raised. Most of our committee is as well, and we're a big group. This is all. Obviously we're the group of the year, so we roll deep here. We got 2 tables. Jen has a table. I don't know if anybody else brought 3 tables, Dave, and I have a big family, but sorry about it. But we're really appreciative, very honored to be in the same category with Dave, Geraldine, Denville, or Beautification. You guys do a fantastic job. They always help us out so much. Family Barbershop, wonderful, wonderful business. And of course, Fritz, the MC of the night here apparently. So, but it is truly a group award. We have a fantastic team. Again, first year we're running it as our own foundation, so really, really appreciative of this award.
We have a lot in store. We're very excited for the future of the Kathy Olenowski Foundation. So thank you everyone for supporting. Thank you the Township of Denville, especially Tom Andes, for always being a champion of our cause. It's something that's near and dear to everybody. Unfortunately, I think everybody in this room, cancer's affected us in some way. And I love our team, and I love that, you know, we continue to try to support those who really need us. So thank you all for supporting us. Thank you so much. Pride for the award. We really appreciate it. And I can't accept this because it's a group award, so I'd really appreciate Jen Fox and her team. Let's come on up.
Well, that's why I said I would like Jen, John.
Everybody. Ron.
Okay. Jen, John, Kelly, Nancy, Michelle, Alana, Mary, come on up, Colleen, Jess, Erin, Ron,
Severia.
Severia, please.
We're such a volunteer organization. We even bring out the 5 people.
Yeah. We're very grateful to all of you. Seriously. Well done. Focus up, guys. And we're going our honoree Dave Sipple, presented by Ellen Sandman.
Oh, hi. How are you doing?
Okay. So Fritz, were you trying to extend it because you didn't think I was here?
They said to keep going.
That's really not what it was.
It's a TV thing. It's a TV thing.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things you did do was, you know, for all the people that are here and all the people that are receiving the award, it all dovetails, you know, so, but tonight I'm going to talk, you know, about Dave in particular, but it's going to generate into what Denville's all about, all these organizations that help one another and collaborate, as you use the word. So before, and I'm not going to talk about your family, because when you get up, you want to talk about your lovely Betsy, because somebody's got to start talking about her, because she told me that. She said, it's always about Dave. So when I went to her home and I said, can you tell me a few things that a lot of people don't know? I mean, I know Dave very well. And she says, all I know is he goes out with a shirt that says beautification. He comes home, he eats, he takes the shirt off, he puts the Music Man shirt on, and leaves the house and goes to be the president of the Morris Music Men. So you didn't know that about him. I mean, this is a man who has been the Grand Marshal of our parade. He's done a lot of things. He's gotten the Paul Harris. My sister-in-law used to call it the Phil Harris. But the award from the Rotary. And I know one of the titles you'll probably like the best, and I saw that in your introduction, is Poppy. But again, I'm going to leave a lot of that to your children, and you're talking about Betsy, the woman that's sitting next to you. You might, oh, there she is. So, those are some of the things that he does so often, but what I want to talk about is the gentleman that you do not realize how many man hours, lady hours, whatever, all hours, that he puts into beautification. And how it's not an easy job, but it's also not a safe job. In fact, I know Geraldine and he got in trouble when they were hanging the lights from the tower, you know, from the clock tower, and what they had not done was they were doing it without a net, so they did ask them to please put the safety harnesses on it, and eventually they did do that. But I did get to see the act before they put the harnesses on. It was very, very entertaining. And then again, working with downtown Denville for the 2 years that we had together, and it was really great to clean up that point. But the point became something special to all of us, and that is the point. We not only cleaned it up, but the amount of people that came out, not all volunteers came out, because what we decided to do was honor all the volunteers, so we put those banners up along the fence there, and it was really a special project, and talk about really digging in. And one of the other examples of the folks that are involved with, Pink Witches, but we're also very involved with the Denville, downtown Denville. And I'll describe it this way. When we had the Christmas event, the first one where, yes, ice skating on Broadway, of course it's Denville. When Creative Touch came with snow machines, and we had, s'mores and fires, and I can sum it up best in the words of the mayor and Sharon, with all the lights twinkling in Denville, one of the coldest nights of the year, with all the excitement. Tom turned to Sharon as they turned the corner and said, "Truly, we have just entered a Hallmark card." I mean, perfect. I mean, Mayor, that was tremendous. So, one of the things also that you talked about, Fritz, is, and it's important, well, we can speak to the folks that are here, and beautification, with all the people that have helped, they need some collaboration. So one of the things that we want to talk about, not totally here today, but to start the dialogue, and that is, Geraldine was talking with me, and we talked with Dave, and we said, maybe we can have, the POW group, Knuth Farm, the Kiwanis, the Lions, not anymore, the Rotaries, help with a certain project, because there are so many different projects, the corridor on Route 53, all the planters, throughout the town, the point, the clock tower. So we might pull together, if we can, since under the Pride banner, as we can maybe have a meeting and see if we can have people take on, because it's a heavy lift.
Just gotta ask. I'm sure everybody would show up with just an ask.
Yeah, So that's what I wanted to talk a little bit about. So did Geraldine leave?
Yeah, she didn't feel well. She got sick.
Let's go back to Dave.
Let's go back to Dave. Dave? Oh, hi, Dave. No. The reason why is, Dave, you want to come up here for a minute?
Do
I? For the whole, yeah.
I guess so.
And then, Betsy, will you come up?
Yeah, come on.
Okay, you stand right there. Betsy, you go on that side. Which color do you like? I'm allergic. What one do you want? You want this one? Okay, you're standing over here. This is Geraldine. You come over here. I spared no expense to put this together.
Susie's allergic to
Okay,
flowers.
now, when you see, is she? Oh, okay. It has to be.
Oh, that's the base. All right, here.
Okay, now what you are envisioning is here, the thorn between two roses. Like a better than a dad joke. Anyway, Bessie wants to sit down. This is the most attention she's probably ever gotten. But anyway, this is really, and I wish Geraldine were here, because I would love to have said, so many things. Betsy is the powerhouse behind to pull, get the stuff ready that he's got to put on the new shirt, get the food in him, and get him out of the house. And Geraldine couldn't be a better partner in climbing and digging and pulling and everything. So anyway, that's just, yeah. So anyway, without further ado, Dave's the man. And again, the people that are here from, Jen and Meg, what kind of work he does all the time. And Spark, I mean, the Christmas tree doesn't just happen. It happens because Dave lights the lights, he gets a little lit, and it all works out. And the kids come and they put the bulbs up, and it's great. So on that note, that's all I got.
Yay, Dave!
So I want to come up and talk about you now?
I can talk about Dave. He's one.
He's done a whole bunch of stuff. Dave, talk about yourself.
Well, I had a long speech.
Somebody's got to.
Fritz took all my time.
We know he changes his shirt once a day. That's all I got out of that.
I just want to thank everybody for this. I couldn't do it myself. It takes all the volunteers in here. There's a lot of people in here that are on beautification with it. Other people that I work with, helping out beautification. We try to help all the other organizations bring them all together in town and spread the wealth that we have around. So again, I appreciate the
You could talk about your grandkids, your wife, and your
well,
grandchildren.
my granddaughter is here,
Yes.
my son, my wife. That's the only family I can spare tonight. The rest
Okay,
are
and
busy.
who won a Eagle Scout, or who was
Oh,
awarded
my
an Eagle
granddaughter.
Scout?
My
Granddaughter.
granddaughter.
This is one they call dialogue.
Yeah. I realized there's something. Try to go to every meeting you can because I missed the one Good Scout meeting, and now I'm co-chair of the award. And just to plug, the Good Scout Award for Denville is coming up April 10th. So if you want to help out with that, I'll be there with Mike Anderson. We're the co-chairs for that. So, and Doug is again the grand poobah, I think, event, and Chris is going to help out. So it's another good organization.
When is your next event for the Mars Community?
Oh, we're not doing anything till we don't have a show till November. So
Till November?
We're in a growth period.
Oh, okay.
And
And what is the age of the people that make up?
no, that's okay.
Watch the
They're old. Some of them are very old.
We still have one more organization to do it.
Okay.
A very important one.
All right.
I'd just like to say a few words about Dave and Betsy. I'm also run Denville Spark, which is for our challenged youth in town. Through the grace of Tom Andes, we were able to start this committee years ago. And special people like Dave and Betsy, my kids so look forward to decorating that tree downtown in Denville. It's an event for us to come, and Dave and Betsy pull up and treat them with respect and kindness, and it's just a wonderful event, and truly from my heart I really appreciate that. Thank you very much.
To our junior two junior volunteers of the year award. Rebecca Pecor, Mai Ann Turney, this is your night. On behalf of the Denville Pride Council, I would like to welcome each of you and your parents to the podium. Thank you.
Want to come up there?
There you go. Congratulations, Rebecca, Mai Ann, on your great volunteer work, where the Denville Pride Council selected you for the 2025 Junior Volunteer of the Year Award. Rebecca and Mai Ann, you make your parents, your family, and your friends, your school, the Denville community, and the Denville Pride Council proud. You are an inspiration to all other young people, your family, and all of us here tonight. On behalf of the Denville Pride Council, I would like to present to each of you a check for $250.
Wow.
In addition, I will now also present each of you with the Nick Pisciano Memorial Award plaque. Mr. Pisciano was a long-time educator in the Denville School and a tireless community volunteer for many years. God bless and guide you, Rebecca and Marianne, in all of your future endeavors. I know you will continue to excel in everything you do.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
And our final presentation, is for the Denville Business of the Year Family Barbershop, presented by Mayor Tom Antes.
Thank you, Susan. And thank you, Susan, and the entire committee for putting this together every year. You know, this is perhaps my favorite event of the whole year. Some people have an internal clock. Mine is a calendar. I know that the fourth week of March, we're going to have a pride dinner. I can tell you when Little League is. I just know when it's my time to be someplace. But this is the one that, and I really mean that, because it's community. It's all community. It's all as Ellen was saying, all the groups, the fabric of our community is all coming together for that one night. And how we all, we intermingle. One of the young ladies who just got the junior volunteer comes from a long line of volunteers. Her grandfather was Lou Dadia, right? All right, Denville Recreation, Denville Senior Citizens. So it's a wonderful thing, and something that we should all cherish. We have something unique here in Denville that other towns would love to have that history of volunteerism. Now, just a couple of remarks. Assemblyman Bergen would like to have been here today, but he couldn't make it. And I have citations for each of the volunteer award winners. So that's in one of the days back there. The silver red bag. Maybe you can put it. So if Dave could come up, please. All right, and because yes, you're going to do double duty because Jersey, we call her Jersey over the DPW. I didn't even know her name was it. It's just over Jersey. Right? And then in the other bag, I have proclamations in a white bag, and then I have proclamations from my office congratulating each of the award winners on their outstanding achievements. But what these guys do, right, is completely amazing. We talked about the 30 gardens or so. By the way, room for them, you'll get a streetscaping by the end of the year, and you'll have more opportunities for more gardens. But,
Yeah, he needs more.
But being that I work for Assemblyman Bergen, his office is 5 East Main Street on the second floor. I have my office window a great view of the clock tower. And the amount of time that Dave and Jersey put in is absolutely amazing. I watched them put things up, 6 weeks later take things down. Put things up, take things down. All right? And it's just absolutely amazing all over town. But what's even best is they teach other people how to do it. One of my favorite times is when they're doing the tulips in front of the town hall. They're doing it with Girl Scouts. How old are those girls? Maybe 10? Maybe 8, right? They're little girls, right? And he's teaching them the love of gardening, and they come back in the spring to see how beautiful their work is. So, thank you for teaching them that. Finally, thank you for being the township's expert on anything that grows. Right? We got Meredith with animals, we got Dave with botany, right? And we call on him all the time. And Dave, I just want to thank you and Jersey for all that you've done for us. You got the? I got ours. You got it? Yeah. You got 4?
Jerry, Donna's bringing it there.
I live across the
Oh,
street
okay.
from her.
That's even easier then.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All right, thanks. And Fritz, would you come up? Fritz is the man on the street, right? I have 25 years of videotaping everything that's going on in Denville, and over these last, this is where I have to put up with, right? And my daughter lives down the block from me, so I see him as I'm driving to her house. About every other time, I think. And I want to thank you for sending me all the videos and all, but the pictures that you take of the unique pictures of Denville, the rainbows, the fog when it comes in. It's just so many great pictures of Denville that he's captured.
The snowstorm yesterday, how about that?
I missed it, I didn't even know it. But Fritz, you do a great job with everything that you touch. And on behalf of myself and the assembly, thank you very much for that.
And thank you to our great mayor, Tom Andes. It takes roller skates to keep up with this guy.
And Meg, would you come up? You have to. So, you know, come on. Yeah, you did, oh, that's good, John is here. So I felt like maybe you got a little short change there with Gene not being here. So I'm going to elaborate a little bit. So I probably know Megan since she's 6, TV soccer, right? And Caitlin, with my daughter Katie, that John was coaching, right? And I'm sitting on the sidelines with my wife Sharon at times, with your mom. All right, and your mom and I had a great friendship. We're watching you play your sports. All right, and John was a great coach. I have to tell you, this guy was undefeated more times than you can shake a stick at. All right? Because his daughter, although she might not have been the biggest girl on the court or the fastest, but she was always the smartest. Right? I know you were. I know you were. And John, you always made your weakest players better, and that's a sign of a good coach, right? But one time, I always coached the scrub team, right? I beat him once. Right? He doesn't remember it, but I do. It was the pinnacle of my coaching career, right? In girls softball, right? But your mom was a special lady, and just to know her, you loved her. All right, and when they took over the store at the Catholic Fast, all right, the first thing which is raised $400. All right, a little store event. All right, and they kept compounding it and making it bigger and better and bigger and better, and you're helping more and more people. And what a blessed thing you do for the families, all right, and just for the community. I've been those early years. I didn't go to the first one because I wasn't on your shopping list, I guess. But I went to all the ones in between, and it was like 1,000 women and Tom Andes. Yeah. Right? It's not, and John, it's not that way anymore. No. Right? No, it is a huge event, and we miss your mom, and we think of her often. But thank you for the great work they do for our community. Thank you so much. All right. Family barber. Michelle? Where is she? Oh, you have to come up, Michelle. You can bring anybody up you want. Bring them all up.
Thank you. So I don't have to come alone. Oh, okay. This is the crew, my crew. My crew.
chamber, we have the Downtown Business Improvement District, Downtown Denville bid. And I think it's important that we continue to recognize outstanding businesses. They're not set up for that, but we as a community can recognize our outstanding businesses. So every year I try to do one. This year is Family Barber and Michelle's business. And I'd just like to read a little proclamation that I wrote with the help of Danielle, my assistant back there. She takes good care of me. If I can turn to my wife back there. My wife, Miss Danielle, and Adrian. The worlds are collided. But anyway, whereas Joe Natal opened a barbershop on Broadway in Denville in the 1940s, naming it Family Barber. And whereas Ralph Cassiano, all right, barber at the Rockaway Barbershop purchased Family Barber in 1980, and as the business grew, moved to 24 Broadway in Denver. And whereas Ralph and his wife Sophie raised their two sons, Ralph and Tom, and their daughter Michelle in Rockaway. And whereas Michelle Cassiano, who worked at the Three Crown Bakery, make back memories, Packard's clothing stores, and as an assistant at the Fox Hill Salon, was nearing her high school graduation when her father invited her to join him at Family Barbershop. Although she never considered this as a career, she accepted the position and realized she loved it after only a few weeks on the job. And whereas in 1980, when few women worked in barbershops, most men hesitated to have their hair cut by a woman. But over time, they appreciated her skills and became more accepting. And whereas in 1992, Michelle Cassiano married the love of her life, Gus Casco, and in 1998, they welcomed their daughter Alexandra, raising her in their Rockaway home. And whereas in 1995, I'm talking about volunteering now, in 1995, Michelle Casco started volunteering for the Make-A-Wish Foundation, later serving as chairperson of the Morris County chapter. Together with her friend Carol Bertoliak, they worked for many years and met many remarkable children. And whereas in 2000, Michelle Casco purchased Family Barbershop from her father, many barbers have worked for her and stayed with her for more than 25 years. They all became like family. And whereas in 2011, the floodwaters of Hurricane Irene completely devastated most of downtown Denville, including Family Barbershop, they worked tirelessly day and night to rebuild the shop and were overwhelmed by the Denville community's efforts to help each other. Unfortunately, upon completion, the landlord announced he would not renew their lease. And whereas within 30 days, Michelle Casco and her staff found a new location on First Avenue with the invaluable support of their new landlord, Gary Collins. They resumed operations and opened just before Christmas. And whereas for over 75 years, the barbers at Family Barbershop have been providing haircuts to generations of men and children from Denville, offering first haircuts in their police or fire truck themed chairs to countless children, becoming a part of the fabric of the Denville community. Now therefore, I, Thomas W. Andes, the mayor of the Township of Denville, urge all our citizens to pay tribute to Michelle Casco and her staff of Family Barbershop for being a cornerstone business in Denville and for being recognized as the 2025 Business of the Year at the Denville Pride Council's annual awards ceremony. And look at this.
Yay!
And I'd like to present the King of the City. There's still more.
And the Denville Pride Council likes to present this award to Family Barbershop. Michelle, congratulations. Thank you for everything.
to Mayor Tom Andes and Sue, the Pride Council, the entire Denville community for supporting our business for 85 years. It's a long time. My barbers, because without you, we wouldn't have a successful business. I love you all very much. And lastly, my family, who has been my rock through so many ups and downs. COVID shutdown, Hurricane Irene, and most recently my accident. And I love you. Thank you for being there for me.
On a personal note, I am also the president of Denville Spar, and I wanted to thank everyone in Denville for your generosity in helping with the polar plunge and our dream of getting a forever home for these young adults who would be able to live on their own. Your support financially and also the kindness. My kids will walk into Jen Fox's store on their own as they're going to see a friend. Fritz Mott is there for them at every turn. Anytime I have a boy who needs a little guidance or just needs a friendly male figure, Fritz is there. Doug Gable has been with us from the very beginning. Thank you to Tom. The previous mayor, I had asked about forming a council for these children to be able to support them in doing things that typical kids could do. He said that he voted for a bike committee instead of our kids. So when Tom became mayor, I put my thing out that he has to come by and see me, and he was just right off the bat. It was like, there's no thought here. We're definitely going to do this. And how many years later, now I have Robbie Simpson to torture, my new councilman, and Don, and everyone. I just can't thank you enough for being the community that you are, and for your kindness and generosity. And God willing, when I'm not here, that the kids will be able to live and safely and in a beautiful community like Denville. Thank you.
Kathy Olenowski was an incredible mother, wife, sister, daughter, friend, and dedicated Denville business owner. She was the heart of our community, always leading with kindness and compassion. Because of her legacy, we started the Kathy Olenowski Foundation. Our foundation proudly runs Pink Witches Night Out, Denville's signature event. It's a fun and unforgettable girls' night out for a great cause. Each year, we select a woman in our community battling cancer and rally together to raise funds to support her and her family. Pink Witches Night Out is our biggest fundraiser, proving that when we come together, we can make a real difference. Today would have been Kathy's birthday. In her honor, we ask you to take a moment to donate. If you can't donate, please share our story so together we can continue helping amazing women like these.